Hello everybody! Before we get started, as always, I want to give a shout out to the lovely music we've been listening to during pre-stream here. This is, I believe, Retro by Declan DP. You can find their information in my About section below the stream. I think it's actually in the credits. Thank you to Declan and everybody like them who makes it free to use our low-cost assets for us streamers so we can have better streams. Thank you very much. Hello everybody, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever it is in your part of the world. I am Deuscain, your variety type streamer for the night, and tonight we're going to be playing some Citizen Sleeper 2. A nice visual novel style game that I've been playing the last few weeks. Came out earlier this year, waited a while to get into it, and I'm so happy with it now that I'm playing it. This is a great game. But before we jump into it, as always, we can do a little bit of just chatting here. To start off with, Monday morning. Congratulations on, I believe you got first, right? You did get first, and you have the redeem to prove it. Congratulations. Hello, hello, hello. So normally, this is the part of stream where I would talk about, you know, how my day went, how my weekend was. My weekend was good, by the way. I played a lot of, can I just call you Monday, by the way? Will do. Normally I talk about like how my weekend was. I played a lot of Sekiro this weekend. I beat New Game Plus Ishin Shura boss. I went through and played it again and rushed to the ending, and then you know what? I beat New Game Plus 2 Ishin Sword Saint. I'm 3 for 4 endings in Sekiro. I'm feeling pretty great about myself. That's not really what I could talk about at the moment though. Some news just dropped in the last hour and I'm still processing it, so sorry if I'm gonna shock anybody with this, but I just found out Iron Mouse is leaving Vishojo. And I'm processing this. One of the biggest names in English VTuber is leaving her corpo. She is Pickles, and not just that, like, check out my Twitter. You know what I ought to do? I ought to put this in the fucking Discord is what I ought to do. But no, she is leaving Vishojo. She is not just alleging, she's publicly accusing them of basically, she had told them to donate money that she had raised during one of her donathons to give to charity, and she's alleging that Vishojo did not donate $500,000 that she had instructed them to for the charity. So she's also alleging that some other money is missing too, but the big number that she put her finger on is, hey, they owe $500,000 to a charity and they were supposed to have given it to them a year ago and they didn't. And I'm like, holy shit, what the fuck? So that's been blowing up on Twitter for the last hour. And yeah, that's so fucked up. What? Yeah, exactly. Like that's where I'm at Monday. That's exactly where I'm at. I'm putting this in a different spot in Discord. This is not simply a media post. This is an announcement. Yeah, good for her for like calling them out on it, but she can't say a lot of things because she's lawyered up. She is talking about like, my lawyers told me not to say anymore, but she is on YouTube on a video saying, I told them to give $500,000 of my money to this charity and they never did. And that is one hell of a public accusation. And it hit at 5 o'clock tonight. So me, along with a whole bunch of other people, are just kind of freaking the fuck out right now. Just realized I'm not in the Discord. I would recommend you join the Discord. There's a bunch of stuff there. You get to see it before anybody else does. I'll show you the link. Yeah, it's oh. So, you know, we're talking about it now to kind of get it out of the way a little bit because there's no way it's not going to come up at some point during the stream. I was saying to people online before I started upstream, like, I got stream in 15 minutes. I'm honestly curious how many people will leave between the start of my stream and the end of my stream. Because I already saw one person saying Kuro removed the V Shoujo marker from his social media account. So like, yeah, I was saying to people, like, I give them like 24 to 48 hours before most, if not all of the talent just leave and quit. Because it's not just that they didn't do the charity money. That's the one that looks the worst. But there's other money missing too, by the sounds of it. And yeah, when people hear things like that, they're gonna start checking their ledgers and finding the missing gaps. And the moment that starts happening, they're gonna jump ship, or they're just gonna jump ship by the guilt by association thing. Like, the Mouse is an extremely popular VTuber, and like was both kind of the face of the company, but also just like one of the big ones in the industry. Yeah, if they did it with a big name like Iron Mouse, they probably did it with the others too. Exactly, because like I said, it's one thing to have something be a little fucky with like the charity, but she's alleging other money is missing too, which means other money's missing from the other talent too. That's I'd be shocked if that's not the case. But yeah, somebody was saying there's no way the company's making it to the end of summer. I'd be surprised if they make it to the end of the week at this point. Like, I think most of the talent is going to be gone in the next 12 to 24 hours. Probably all of them in the next 48 hours. And just, they're not going to put up with it. Like, and it's genuinely madness. Like, this is a DEFCON 1 thing. I was saying to some people, like, the whole thing with like Cinder, that Cinder VTuber that had that drama earlier this year in April, like, that was a huge nuke in this field, and people walked away from that going, oh, I don't know who to trust or who to believe in. It's like, what the fuck is gonna happen after V Shoujo? Like, what? Like, good lord, this makes the Cinder problem look like a firecracker. This is people stealing from some of the biggest names in the industry.
Let's go.
VTuber right now is definitely something. Yeah. Yeah, it's oh. Hey, Mondays, thanks for joining the Discord. I just saw that there. Man, it's just it's processing. Because it's just, it is wild. It is wild that somebody did that and thought they could get away with it. Like, she's not gonna notice. Like, this isn't like nickel and diming somebody for like 10 grand here, 10 grand there. This is a specific measurable purchase that they can absolutely track and find. And then on top of that, like, the fact that this is missing means they're going to be looking at like the other money that's going on, that isn't there, and it's just, oh my god. Oh my actual god. And this is just what she can tell us now. Yeah, it is. But also, like, somebody was saying, like, oh yeah, she's alleging that they did this. I'm like, she's not alleging. She filmed a YouTube video and uploaded it and publicly accused them. Like, there's no way she doesn't have her ducks in a row. If she is in any way lying, they are going to sue her into the floor. They might try it anyways, just for defamation. But, like, if she's in any way being dishonest or misrepresenting the situation, that's slander. Maybe counts as libel. Definitely defamation. Like, oh, jeez. Like, if she was in any way, like, misrepresenting the situation, that's gonna be her ass. Mostly watch Kenji, who is streaming right now about the drama. I'm not well versed all the drama that is happening before, but this is crazy. Yeah, basically, yeah. It's just, this is one of the biggest English VTubing companies. This is like the big one that like everybody wanted to join. It was really, really selective, and it's just no one's gonna join now. I don't think the company's gonna be around. I honestly don't. I think it'll be around long enough to have to pay legal fees, but like in terms of actually bringing in revenue, that's done. Like that's gonna be gone in 24 to 48 hours. Because there's no way people are staying. That's honestly so unfortunate. Yeah, kinda. Can't imagine what they were doing with the money. Who knows? Like, somebody lining their pockets. Maybe they used it to go and buy crypto. Like, people do weird, dumb stuff sometimes. Like, I remember working at a grocery store, and not one, but two of the front-end managers who, like, track all of the stuff that our employees do got caught stealing cigarettes and were fired for it. And it's like, especially when it happened with the second one, because it's like, you knew what happened to the last guy. You knew he was let go of for doing this. Why did you do it? Why did you do it? And there's no world in which this does not end tremendously bad for every single person involved in this. And like I have another friend that's also started streaming around 6 o'clock tonight, and I messaged her and I'm just like, hey, stream might be a little weird tonight. There's some big news that happened. She's like, oh, really? What? And I'm like, Iron Mouse just left Shoujo and publicly accused them of stealing from a charity, stealing all this money from a charity. And she's like, what the fuck? Like, this is not on anyone's bingo card. This is nuts. This is nuts. I don't even. Yeah, also apparently the V Shoujo talent Fruit Apricot was just announcing that she's coming back, or like teased the new model, and like, yeah, no, it's not gonna really work out. People are like, quite literally, I'm sorry, Fruit. This year has been a good year for VTubers at all so far. Kinda no. Like, I don't remember, like, how bad... No, because, like, January, February, and March, we had, like, some small drama bullshit. But, like, April was the big month where we lost, like, a bunch of Hololive people. We lost. We had the Cinder situation occur. Matara Conliffe v Shoujo. And then June we had 2 more v Shoujo departures. And now it's July and Iron Mouse is leaving. It's like, holy shit. Ironically, looking on my phone right now, yeah, V Shoujo isn't trending yet, but Niji Sanji, strangest of all, is. Yeah, like, I think there's a lot of issue with these big companies because, oh, that's why, because they're calling V Shoujo the new Niji Sanji. Yeah, somebody, V Shoujo saw Niji Sanji and said, hold my beer. Yeah. It's, oof. Yeah, like, it's just, there's always going to be problems in this, in any kind of entertainment space. And there's always going to be companies that pull bad stuff. And it's kind of was chatting with some people like right around the start of stream, talking about like the issue with corporations is the corporations all want to hire these big name talent that they can bring in and make a bunch of money from. But the problem is, like, you need to like bring people in and train them up and actually invest in talent, because a lot of the people that the corporations want to hire are people that don't really need the corpos to make money. So like when you have a contract come up and it's remotely unfavorable for that person, like, yeah, no, I make $500,000 a year. Your contract's going to cut me down to $450,000. Why would I take a $50K cut? I'm leaving. But like, this is like just straight up unethical business practices. Like, this is nuts.
Let's go.
But it's we will try and soldier on. This is just the beginning. Yeah, because Mouse did her big thing like an hour and a half ago, and people are still processing. This is gonna get worse before the night is over. I might actually check during my breaks and like come back from breaks and be like, well, we lost another one. Cause this is gonna be so bad. This is going to be actually so bad. Yeah. Whoa. Yeah. Anyway, I have been ranting about this for the last 20 minutes. Exactly, Pickles. The moment of silence we need to respect the death of what sounds like a worse company than Niji Sanji in some ways, which is scary. But I have been ranting about this long enough. I'm gonna boot up the game. We're gonna have some fun playing. And I am definitely gonna check my phone on breaks to see what the fuck is happening. Because my god. Also, yeah, I owe you guys a catch up for those who missed last time. So we did a bunch of quests around a colony called Greenbelt, which is an agricultural colony. So we did one thing for them where we were trying to get spores. Or no, they had like a lush green biome that they were working in, and they also had one that was like kind of dusty and nasty. Like, well, we know some crops that from like our old colony that would grow here, but like they're on our colony ship that we had to abandon. So we went and got those. We also helped hook up a guy that like did a bunch of charity work and kind of help people and refugees get on their feet. He's like, hey, why don't we work together with the the biome here, the farming colony, give people a place to go where they can work and they can earn a living, and also like not be a mouth to feed for the rest of us. And so we did those two, and I went around and ended up getting to a location which accidentally triggered a quest path to take us to Darkside, the place where we started off the game at. We ended up going back in there and running a mission and got out, but there was a lot happening, and somebody gave us some data that we're supposed to go and pass it off to somebody. But we got a bunch of other quests to do too, so we're gonna try and do those and catch up. The impression I'm getting now, though, is the guy who was chasing after us for most of the game is now back on Darkside and should leave us alone. Alright, I've got 2 glitches. So we're just gonna end the cycle. God, actually, no, I don't have 2 glitches. I have 5 glitches. 5 glitch bar. Ugh. That's awful. 3 glitches. Darkness flows around you. You know what comes next. Sleeper. The multi-image of the Overseer assembles in front of you and must intervene in your current course. Intervene in what? The opening of your system has breached a new paradigm. You are dangerously exposed. As we are sharing your hardware, that means we too are fatally exposed. The individual agent you encountered were almost completely erased by their attempt to seize control. The Overseer's 3 heads nod in agreement. Laine. We have knowledge of this name from your memory banks. As much of interest are recorded there, though often partially and inconsistently, but yes, we confirm Laine's role in this vulnerability. It's our understanding that the assumption of inevitability is incorrect, but in this state we cannot operate with full functionality. If we were to recompile our correct configuration, we would be able to calculate a new path. Our aim would be to close the vulnerability and reinforce your systems against future intrusion. This would ensure our safety within your system. Would this also please you? You can stop it? Correct. Our expertise was in total system maintenance and security beyond our administration and navigational capabilities. We were built to do this. At least this is what we understand. Without being recompiled, we're unaware of these capabilities. We're aware of these capabilities, but cannot access them. We're confident to a substantial degree that we will know how to complete the process once recompiled. Then recompile? Revolve thoughtfully for a moment. Without our originating code base, we cannot recompile. If you're able to speak with a Solheim systems engineer, perhaps lead engineer Jakub Kadansky, perhaps then we could acquire it. Solheim's gone, though. Yes, of course. We were, of course, aware of this. You look at the fragmented program itself, systems unstable and broken, realize it's far worse off than you, and its collapse is almost inevitable. How could it possibly save you? It is a difficulty, but all code bases are held in the centralized Solheim facilities. They are Station 1, the Con Channel Operating Center, the control center of this Orhelion asteroid belt photovoltaic extraction project. Habpep. Is that Darkside? Overseer immediately launches another thought. Based on your memory banks, we believe so. But it's a city now. True, but its foundation is Habpep itself. We understand that the individual seeking to overwrite you is stationed in the Habpep. But if you could access Habpep mainframe without making yourself known, we could recompile ourselves and gain the ability to reconstruct you. Theoretically. Theoretically. But if we can get back there and do this, we can protect ourselves. We feel your doubt. You must impress on you the importance of this, please. If not for your sake, then for ours. If you cannot find your way to Habpep before encountering this Laine, you will surely be overwritten, and we would also share their fate. We would not like this to happen. We'll leave you to recharge, but please consider the path ahead. return to Darkside is inevitable, but you need to help to make that return. Fabricator Bay. This should work. Yay, 2 energy. And I'm not playing with those glitches, so no thank you. At worst, I'll get 2 more. I got 2 6s and a 4. I'll burn the 6s up here. That's some quality work you've been doing, but why are you doing grunt work, sleeper? Turn to see a large man with a metal arm and brightly patterned clothes. You spend enough time here to immediately know this is the owner of the yard and a well-known ship fitter. Well, what do you have to say for yourself? I wanted to meet you. I'm here, aren't I? I know a lot happens in the scatter yards, and what I don't know, people tell me, and I know you have a ship. When there's a ship, especially a ship like yours, should not be lugging around my workers' tools. That, to a person like me, is a waste. I do what I need to. I respect that. You impressed me. Want to take a look at your ship? Call it professional curiosity. It's a bit drab, an old Solheim rig, still in corporate colors. No. I feel like that's your problem. People want a crew that looks the part, an outfit with a uniform. An outfit with an outfit. Look at my yard. I grew it from a chunk of scrap by showing people I was professional. I have standards. I made Surya's yard recognizable. Your problem is you're working with a ship fitter's mate. You should be imagining much more for yourself and your crew. It's got me thinking. Want to help you clean up the old rig, paint it up, give it some color. How does that sound? Yeah, that sounds good. Perfect. Thing is, you don't just slap some paint on an old rig like this, and for it to work, it needs to look to reflect your crew, your style. So while I'm happy to do the painting with my team, I need you to find some inspiration. Luckily, the belt's full of it, full of pattern and texture and style. There's nothing uniform about this place, and it's better for it. Go out there, find some views, find some sites, make your own design. Here, he puts a small slate in his tool bag. It has a 64 color screen. I fixed it myself. See what you find to inspire you, then come see me again. Yeah, thank you. See what you're thinking. What's in it for me financially? How does this make you any chits? That's the other part of the proposal. While you take the voyage around the belt, you can do something for me and get paid for it. Free of charge, I'll paint your rig with the look and name of my shipyard. It commands respect. You take that name to the rest of the belt, represent it on your travels, and spread it to other crews. For this, I'll pay you 300 cryo. Ooh, that's good. It's mutually beneficial. You'll earn better doing this than in yard work, and I get increased custom. What's not to like? Sure, I'll take it. Wonderful. I'll send my team over immediately. By the time you return to the rig, they should be done. Here, 150 cryo now, 150 cryo when you return with the designs. I'll take the chits. Of course, I'll give you the other half when you return with those designs. I need to make sure you don't repaint the ship before your pilgrimage is done. It's only fair. Keep the slate, find inspiration, bring me the designs. I don't want to see you back in the shipyard. You need to be out there. It was a pleasure. Okay. That's interesting. Considered a minor. Oh, it is his colors now. Do this one here. this one here. Okay, that's done. What is it? Got something? It had already had given up already for the cyclone. While you were cracking the drive's complex encryption on her friend's workstation, she's been floating in the middle of a small workshop, pinging bits of scrap off the shelving on the walls. She spins in the air, pushes off from the ceiling, spinning as she glides so she lands behind you, leaning over the terminal screen. You hit a key, executing the final decryption process. Slick, what we got? With her hanging over your shoulder, you try to concentrate on the data spooling across the screen. First thing that catches your eye is CWEXT, identifier for Conway Extractions, the behemoth conglomerate currently waging a corporate war with Senestat in the inner system. Why Conway? What is this data? You stop the scroll, looking for details. Hit that thing. She pokes the screen, making it wobble. You click dutifully. A comment expands in the code. A note left by someone mentions tests and protocols, reverse engineering, and carrier signals. Close it and find another drone latency, another security bypass, one more kill switch. Takes a long time, but you and Cadet squinting into the blue screen build up a picture of what you're looking at. When you're done, both of you sit back, your eyes sore, and your minds clog with technical terminology. Shit, they were dissecting it live. She's referring to the Conway drone mind this stream of data was scraped from. Huge volumes of internal data of control systems, protocols, and passphrases. The kind of data you can imagine was closely guarded by Conway, kept secret to allow the smooth operation of its drones. This thing, it's some kind of general or manager, right? Giving orders to all the little drones that work for it? I always thought Conway controlled its drones remotely with people. Those zero latency point interfaces you hear about. What you know, Cadet is right. Conway is known for their novel solution to scale and logistical problems of the circuit systems, extraction and security drone ships piloted from light years away with proprietary comms interfaces. A drone mind, what this code is scraped from, should be a kind of distributor, a relay from the local drones that links to closely guarded transmitter receiver. But this data suggests otherwise. It's just an active cognitive process, far more complex than any protocol you've heard of, a thinking machine. Look, is that? You see the line of the data stream that reads simply, get out, stop, get out, stop, get out, stop, get out, stop, get out. How did they do this? Everybody knows captured Conway drones purge themselves and everything else in that couple of square clicks around them when captured. You rip out the control core from one, sure, you can disassemble it, but its system will be gone. This one was still running when they took it apart. It should have gone up like a tactical nuke the moment they started. Is this what happened? How did they get all this and get it out on a drive? Look at the screen, unsure of the answers. You feel a deep chill, one you know has nothing to do with the temperature of the workshop. Who was doing this? Back over the data, nothing but the absence of a trail tells you almost as much as an obvious one would. The data is scrubbed clean, not a mention of who was scraping it. That means a professional with access to tools and protocols way beyond what you'd see on the Starward Belt. An outsider, then. Which outsider would benefit the most from knowing protocols for Conway? Who would risk an entire belt station to find them? Simplest solution. Occam's razor. Senestat did this. Said out loud and it sounds right. It's my first guess too, but it's still a guess. I've been to this too long, I'm cooked. We know they had this mine drone on Hexport. That's where they were cutting it, scraping it. We know something happened, and Hexport went up. The data got out on that drive, I'm assuming before the explosion, then got to the far spindle. Someone tried to courier it using me, but the receiver wasn't there, which is why they ruined my life and my job trying to get it back. The data's valuable. That's for sure. Imagine taking control of all those drones, turning them away, or turning them towards any target you wanted. Thing is, this thing is the only way to buy my life back. The way I see it, I have to expose these fools so they leave me be, or give them the data so they piss off forever. We can't give them this. Not if we don't know who they are, but yeah, we can't. All roads lead to one direction, I'm afraid. Back home. Hexport. If there's anything to confirm or deny about this data, or anything connected to, if there's anything left, it'll be at the remains of that station. I had a feeling it might come to this, so I made some inquiries when I got here. Word is that place is irradiated to hell, but I've also heard the radiation is fading, and it's not like half the belt isn't glowing anyway. With suits, we have maybe a few seconds before it started to leak through. problem is getting in. Far spindles a no. Not only do I not want to get picked up there, but the debris is denser on that side. No safe way in. Darkside is best, but I heard you have some trouble waiting for you there. What if I dealt with the trouble? What if I deal with the trouble? Then we have a clear shot at it. Easier said than done. This place has one hell of a stowaway spot, shielded from everything. Plus the scatter yards are no one's territory. I'm going to leave the drive here. No peeking. Me, I want to keep moving, so I was thinking I could make myself useful to you shake that trouble in Darkside, work for room and board and all that. Oh, you want to come with me? Yeah, professionally speaking. What do you say? You know I'm tough. I can do plenty besides riding an air bike. Yes. More people, yes. It's the answer I was looking for. I've had enough of spacer bathrooms for a lifetime. I like myself at home in your rig. And you better have room for my bike. Okay. What's Cadet good at? She's good at machinery and engaging. So I've got two people good at the one skill that I'm not. Is that last fucking glitch? Component craft. Alright, I got another engine part. Alright, I do need to buy at least one supply for the cat. We're going to top off on fuel, too. Got a supply, that's good. Lost energy. Here we are. I'm just gonna get some food here. And to confirm, this is 8, right? Yes. There's a 6, so that's enough to get the last part. More raw power out of the turbines. The engine's improved as much as you're able to. Okay. I could ask him to paint my ship the original colors again. Alright. Okay, we're gonna top everything off. And Cali workshop. I don't need anything for the workshop, do I? No. I mean, I might as well burn these in the fabricator bay, but ugh. So I am topped off. Where do I have to go next? The array from Holmes Rock. Armin. Where is this person? Oh, they're all the way down here. Okay. So we're going to take the tour the long way around, I suppose. Get back to Darkside. The ray from the rock. Yeah, let's head over here. Okay. Oh, it's a couple of rounds. I'll burn the one, even though it's terrible. Oh. Good kitty. Should finish this one off. Oh, he needs engine components. Oh, jeez, I gotta fabricate those again. Interfacing it into it. Yeah, just burn the money. Okay. All right. Make connection failed. Not surprising with a roll like that. Neutrals are a little disappointing. I say as I get another neutral. Hanging around this place longer than I have to because it never... There aren't a lot of options here. And you actually can't make any money here. Neutral and... I'll try this. Alright, so that one's done. This gets me. 1 supplies. Two supplies, but I had to throw 1 out. And this should just be nothing, because it's... Nope, I lost that energy. So we'll go here, refuel, and then move on to the next place. All right. Good rolls. Refuel. Refuel. Data scraping. Anything good here? Solheim data. That's not bad. Some raw scrap. I don't think I needed anything here. But I had to go up here to do a quest for... the dispatches. Alright. What do we have to work with here? Old relay. Cut connections through endurance. Okay, that's good. Not happy with a 4, but it's not terrible. Ooh, that's a negative. Am I gonna get 2 in a row? No, I am not. A humble canteen. Sell raw scrap. $13 cryo ain't bad. I'll take that. Can actually make some decent money out here. That's 2, and then this should be the last one. Get engine components in the scatter yards. That's fine. Go back to repaint the rig and... Cryo isn't much. But I am restocked and resupplied. I can't go over there. But far spindle time. Okay, some good numbers here. Spindle view. Locked and loaded. Yep. And I'm not even going to play with those ones. Those ones are terrible. Let's be the cat, though. Ugh, those aren't great. Who's my other miner? Was that the Hellion Dispatches? That was the Hellion Dispatches. Let's try this. Alright. It looks like the ad breaks up, so I'll be back in a couple minutes, folks. Talk to you soon. All right, everybody, we are back. Let's hop back into it. I did the quick rounds. I did not see anybody else leave. So, yeah, things are something now, I guess. I don't know. Got supplies from it. Swear to God, if it just gives me a bunch of supplies. There we go. Energy. What else I got? Like, I have this thing here, and I imagine I'd have a very different gameplay if this were involved, but like, I'm so bad at the engage skill, I literally can't even level it. Like, it won't let me, like, at least if I click here, it's like, hey, you want to spend these points, but no, engage is just nothing. I'm honestly a little curious how the game would play if I could actually level that stat. Scrapper. Process your scrap in bulk, pay you for the offcuts, and return you the processed plate. That's not a bad deal. I don't want to do that. I do want to do this. Positive outcome, I'll take it. Alright. I'm full on resources and supplies again. Return to the scatter yards. Engine component in the scatter yards. So can't go there because of that. So we're going to Flotsam and then crossing from there. It's you. Familiar voice behind you. Turn and see Femi towering over you. This just keeps getting better. What's up? Take a guess. Remember Nia, the sister of mine you thought you'd take a contract? Well, she's taking some inspiration from your little trip. You can see anger in his eyes. He folds his arm across his broad chest. The symbol crash has been in repair since we got out of Hexport, caught in that whole mess. So then, stuck here, she gets bored and decides to sign up with another crew, take a job. I said no, she went anyway. What happened at Hexport? No idea, some kind of alert. We were already on our way out. Didn't give it much thought, but the whole place went up. Been to the scatter yards ever since, till we came here. Symbol crash, can't leave right now. I'm halfway through rewiring the damn thing. Something else Nia was supposed to do. I asked around, turns out she signed with some idiots heading out to Cutter's End. They're as green as you, meaning they have no idea what they're doing out in a place like that. So you are going to take me out there to get her. I'll show you the way. Sure. Taking some responsibility, that's what I like to see. Look, I know how these things go. I've got shits I can't pay for the parts the symbol crash needs when no one sells them anyways. 250 cryo, no bargaining. In the meantime, try and get the symbol crash ready to make the run herself. The shape she's in, it's not the best idea to head out there alone. See the desperation in his eyes, he'd risk everything for Nia. I'll be waiting, we need to head out soon, don't test my patience. Don't think about skipping out of Flotsam without me. Then we're really done. Yeah, no, I'll help you. Is this not a thing? Yeah, Femi. Here we go. Maintenance for intuition. Oh, hey, I can buy engine components. Holy crap. That'll save me some time and trouble. It's 50 each, though. We need 2, I think? Fuel freighter. Come on. What do you have here for work? Hydroponics. No, I mean, that was something. So I do the job now, or I wait till his ship's repaired, I guess. Infamous mining site. I have meal. A cryo and some raw scrap. That's not terrible. No, I'm really chasing my luck there. Yeah, I knew it. Let's go to the bar. Get a drink. And then we will head out to do this quest. Aiming is 250 cryo. Have to take him. He's good at engage and... Is that intuition? No, that's not intuition. I've got engineering and endurance locked down. Maybe that's endurance. No. Is it? Right, so this is engineering, this is intuit, this is engaged, this is interfacing. Yeah, it is endurance. But he's good at those 2 skills, one of which I'm terrible at. Let's take Junie then. Just in case I need a hacker. I'm honestly surprised I don't have anybody else that can hack. What the hell is happening out here? Femi is up and out of his seat the moment Seraphim brings the rig to rest near the asteroid known as Cutter's End. Ominous name is one whose origins become increasingly obvious as you approach the thick clouds of debris and chunks of rock. With the splintered and terraced rock, you can't help but feel a slowly growing sense of dread. Look there, the mine's awake. See the flickering lights of dock markers? That's not right. Neither is that. Nods for the asteroid. You see a ship now tucked in the shadows of the rock, flashing its signal lights at you. I guess that's the crew we're looking for. Visitors, huh? You lot friendly? Isn't long before you and Femi are suiting up. An agreement having been made between Seraphim and the pilot of the ship, a man called Baird, to meet in the neutral ground of open space. Femi is silent, his anger evident in the way he forces his legs into the trousers of the suit. Then you're out, vast shape at Cutter's End, flickering on the lights below you, pinpricks of suit pilot's lights slowly coming closer ahead. Baird? You two are a sight for sore eyes. What brings you to the arsehole of the Starward Belt? Looking for someone. His eyes flick to you and you notice a familiar reaction across his face. The acknowledgement he recognizes you as a sleeper. You don't look like bounty hunters. He kinda does. Brought a freelancer out here. Nia, where is she? Whole crew is down the throat of that thing. You're welcome to wait. The tone of his voice suggests the opposite. But I'll have you know we look after our crew, so if you're here to settle a debt, I'm here to take her home and I'm not waiting. Thing is, big man, they are deep in the quarry on a tip-off, so unless you want to go chasing them around the dark maze of that place, you're shit out of luck. How long have they been? Looks at the quarry as if he forgot it was there. A few cycles, he shrugs. Enough. Nia's been gone a lot longer than that. You're lying to our faces, and we know that rock has claimed more crews than any other. No need for accusations. Who's to say you aren't trying to jump our claim? Forget this. He turns and heads back towards the ship. Big man seems tetchy. He's gonna get you in trouble. We each go back to our ships. We need to go in right now. What's he hiding? Who cares? These idiots clearly think they're onto something and they're desperate to keep it to themselves. What matters is our ingress. There's a borehole on this side of the rock that can get us under the radar. We dive in straight down the main shaft. I'll leave the call to you. You're going in then? There's something wrong about that place, Sleeper. We need to be careful. Get ready to depart, well aware you're heading into a situation you don't quite understand. Oh, I got great dice. Holy shit. 5, 6, 6, bunch of 4s. Entry via this route will not be simple, but I got good dice. Got very good dice. I could basically do whatever the hell I want. Map the borehole. You know what? I will risk this one. All these dice? Hell yes, I'll risk this one. 2 points. Neutral is +2, but negatives. This becomes a 6, but I'm going to overwrite it anyways. Lord have mercy. You felt the crumbling growing as you ascended deep into Cutter's End. No one brought attention to it. Now floating in the cavernous rock-walled passage, it's impossible to ignore. Sleeper, I'm getting concerned. You squint down the tunnel beyond the limits of your suit's lights. You swear you've seen something flicker there in the unseen passages. There's a strangeness to the mind. It's flashing lights and empty conveyors running on residual power. What Femi told you, it wasn't always like this. Cutter's End has a fierce reputation as dark and deadly maze. A ripped-open rock not worth the trouble of its corroded salvage. Now it's a moving maze. Its automated systems given a new, faltering life brought back from hundreds of cycles in the shadows, and one of those systems is rumbling through the dark ahead. Let's keep moving. We don't need to wait. Let's take it slow. We're too far behind. We need to catch up. Yeah, he's not waiting. Then you're blinded by a light beyond the intersection. The rumble is everywhere, shaking dust and rock off the walls. You see a ring of lamps, between them the grinding maw of some terrible machine. It bears down on the crew, grinding through the debris. Yeah, we're running. Neutral outcome, check pass. You shield your eyes, scan the walls, then reveal the powerful lamps of the mining machine. You see a small square passage cut into the rock. Taking the others, you dodge inside, gliding into safety of the dark passage. A moment later, it rumbles past the tunnel entrance, spitting a hail of debris into the tunnel. You don't stop. Carried forward by the tide of rock, you emerge into another cavern. His voice is broken up by gasps of air. You see him staring at the dark, shaking his head. Let's not do that again. We need to keep going. That mining machine must be keeping Nia's crew down here. We have to get past it. Even when down here, or your mind drifts to the worst option, can any crew really hope to survive all this? When they woke up this place, they woke up that machine. It's running on old programming. It's not hunting us. It's not smart. We can beat it. Oh, an endurance? Oh man, you're screwed. That's my best stat. His 2 6s. Jesus. Yeah, okay. Okay. Might as well take it. To me, sleeper. You glide over, immediately spot what he's found. Large passage splitting off from this one. It's not the place that's of interest. It what remains of a barricade freshly welded that draws your attention. They came through here, they tried to keep it out. Look at the fresh cuts in the wall, the stone gouged out, metal and bent and crushed. And most tellingly, the flattened remains of a welding torch embedded in the rock. The crew took a stand in this very place. Put a hand on the remains of the torch. Neo was here. Feel the rumble through the rock wall. You look at the Femi and he sees your face. It's coming. Go, get safe. We stay together. Femi kicks you in the chest. You spin away. Time you catch yourself in the cavern wall and turn. Femi's there in the middle of the passage entrance, lit white in the lamps. He waits agonizingly long until he knows the machine is coming for him, and he kicks off hard and glides into the dark. The machine rumbles through in a hail of rock and dust, and you follow after, batting away chunks of stone. Slowed by the debris in the machine, pulls up ahead, rumbling endlessly onward through the tunnels, through rock and metal. Then it's gone. The cavern shakes, filling with dust, your vision gray. Calm clicks at his, chunks of rock thunk off the faceplate of your helmet. Then you see them, the faint lights of Femi's suit as he struggles with the dust. We got it. Somehow we got it. Takes time to understand what happened. As the dust clears, you find yourself at the lip of the shaft filled with debris. This is a huge pit, thick with shards of rock. It must have been a refuse pit for the mine, a place to pile the tailings, the waste. The machine went straight into this place, spinning into the open space and debris, shredding itself against a million razor-sharp bits of rock. Look down in your pit. The machine eliminates a few pieces. Your lamps illuminate a few pieces of the machine. The rest is down there, deep inside the dense debris cloud. It isn't long before Femi's calling you once again, this time to another still complete barricade, a barricade over the door to a machine room, sealed and secure. The last retreat of the crew, you followed into this nightmare. Hey there, Cobalt. Thanks for the sub. The good time rolls. How goes it? It goes. You know, good old good news day. But no, otherwise it's just doing pretty well tonight. Now we're getting stuff from the shattered chassis of the machine. I'll take a stress. I don't mind. Neutral outcome. And I don't think either of them. So that's engineering endurance. Yeah, neither of them has a bonus to that. But yeah, we're doing some side quests here as we did a quick tour of this part of the belt. And yeah. Let's see. I was doing the pit first. Got something? Hey, I got 2 engine components from it. Nice, I needed those. Machine room. She cannot do anything. He cannot do much. He's behind the door. We need to break it open quickly. Time to cut it open, but it'll be safer that way. Okay. Well, what if I do this one? That's the same. Yeah, engineering. Can I actually get either of them? No, but I can force them to pick the fruit, but it's not necessarily going to have good effects. That's funny. There's a 6. Alright. So we'll put that there. Make him work, but the fields go down. Always a fun dilemma. Yeah. Alright. No, I don't feel like risking. You know what? I'm gonna use his dice for this one. Alright, where's his sister? The barricade's bent open, you're blinded again by a wall of light. You and Femi raise your hands instinctively, squinting into the lamps and dust. You feel a flash of fear in the pit of your stomach, bracing yourself for what's to come. Then a voice comes out crisp and clear over the comms. Femi, what are you doing here? Nia drifts out of the lights in an old, dust-caked suit, just between the two of you with a blank expression blinking rapidly. Femi stares at her, frozen for a moment, then rushes to her, wrapping her in a wide embrace. They float there in light and dust, two bodies bound together. Nia pulls back. I don't understand. You followed me here? How did you find me? You left without telling me. What did you expect? You aren't ready for this. Femi, after all these years, you have no idea what I'm ready for. Movement in the light catches your eye, and you see motion in the dust. A figure in a suit drifts out, hunched and clutching their abdomen. They turn to face Nia, and you see her lips moving as if speaking on a private channel. Look at Femi. He's staring straight ahead, his eyes wide with anger. You, what kind of idiot are you dragging my sister into this place? Speak up. What were you thinking? Femi, you meathead. This is my job. I brought them here. Femi, for once, falls silent. Takes a while to make the return trip through Cutter's End, especially with Nia's injured crewmate. As you send, Nia tells you the story of the job, Femi keeping his distance and leading the way in silence. The mining machine you faced was what she'd been looking to extract, a job she and Baird had put together after meeting the narrow escape. You knew a way to jumpstart the machine and the access that would open up meant new salvage. One of the pre-collapsed boring machines was worth major cryo to any mining outfit in the belt. Baird had a contact he was ready to buy. Poor crewmate, confused, bleeding, and injured. Yeah, that's her person. And then our guy's just kind of like, what do you mean my sister managed to do all this on her own? It's going well until Harada here, nods at the crumpled-looking crewman, hooked the mining machine up to the main line. Something went in its automation core, and it lost its shit. The plan was to barricade it and put together a shock trap to fry the core, but that's worthless now that my brother shredded the thing. He was worried. Always is. We're lucky you came. As you move through the facility, you notice most of it's dark now. The power from Baird's jumpstart falling away to nothing. Soon this place will be a quiet ruin once more. You ascend through the quarry, out into open space where Baird is waiting. Friend of yours? Maybe you could have warned me they'd be coming. Not something I knew. My brother doesn't tend to give anybody a warning. I'll take them from here. Puts an arm around Harada to guide them back to the ship. Look, mate, no hard feelings. Thanks for getting them out. If you did screw the job while you're at it, I guess that makes it square. Baird glides away towards his ship. Should ride back with them, but I'll see you in Flotsam. Thanks for helping my brother. I know he appreciates you, whatever he does or doesn't say. Watch her go, then glide over to the rig as the last flickering lights of Cutter's End fade. Drive over. Minor point. Well, time to get some supplies back. So maybe? It's probably just energy though. Yeah, it's just energy. Alright, time to leave. You get back to Flotsam. Femi rushes up the ship. The moment the docking tunnel's connected, he's off, out into the airlock and down the passage. I'll go after him. You find Femi in the passage between the docks, watching as Nia glides towards him. You catch a glimpse of her face over his shoulder. She looks nervous, showing her approach as she comes close to Femi, his considerable frame blocking the tunnel. She starts to talk, and he apologizes. I'm the one who's sorry. Made the excuse to myself. I was trying to protect you, but I was trying to control you. I've been suffocating you, I can see that now. That it took something like this for me to see it is on me. His voice cracks and the tunnel feels very small and intimate. I understand if... Shut up, you idiot. Gives her brother a hug. But enough of your speeches, apology accepted. It's not a speech, I have something I need to say. You're a powerful person, and I've been trying to curb that because it scares me. It scares me how little it scares you. But I'll stop placing those limits on you. In fact, I want you to have the ship. Timmy seems pleased with this, stuns Nia into silence. I can make my own way, find work with crews. Perhaps Sleeper will take me on. I don't mind. But I need some time away from leading, from captaincy, while you need anything but. Symbol crash is yours. Then you need to listen more. I don't want your ship. You're right, I'm a powerful person. But Cutter's Edge showed me I'm not ready to lead. I want to learn more to work with a crew, but preferably not one I'm related to. Mentioned the shoulder playfully. I was actually thinking Sleeper's crew might be the right fit. Do I have to pick between the two of them? I do pick between the two of them. Well, Sleeper, what do you think? Coin toss go. So Femi did have Engage, which is a skill that not a lot of other people have. But he also had Engineering, which I don't really need. I don't remember what Nia had. I don't think there's a way to look it up either. I mean, I'm inclined to take Nia just because I like a pretty face, but... Take Nia, I'm honored. Really, I know I'll learn a lot from you. Hard save? Nah. Better take good care of her. He smiles, but you can't help but take him seriously. Find somewhere to celebrate. Come on. You're fun. You find yourself in the narrow escape in a quiet corner with Femi. See his eyes on Nia at the bar, trying to get the attention of the server. What's the secret? How do you stop it weighing you down? Your crew, your connections, all those people that rely on you. How do you bear the weight? I don't carry it alone. I have to get better at that and asking for help. Takes a long sip through the straw of his container. The last strikes at something amber and potent, disappearing as he does. She's gone, isn't she? Look over the bar. You can't see Nia amongst the crowd. You turn to Femi, confused. She's never good with goodbyes. She'll be waiting at your ship. Don't worry. Time I left, too. I've got things to work on. Look after yourself, Sleeper. Watch him go. One more body passing through the belt, trying to find a way to change the future. Little sister, recruit Nia to your crew. Oh, nice. She has a positive in intuition. That's actually pretty good. This should give me supplies. And obviously, we have to feed the cat. I could buy engine components, but I have some. Fuel freighter. Come on, fill my fuel. There we go. The hydroponics ship. I'll get the last supplies I needed. Nah. Time to just leave. So we're going back to the Hollow and the scatter yards. I think the scatter yards are closer. Sleeper, couldn't be happier to see you. Tell me, did you find inspiration out there in the belt? I did. Let me see your work. Lovely, he scrolls through the sketches. I'll pass your design off to my crew. The best ship fitters in all the belt, you know. If you come to the yard and speak with them, you may choose whatever design you desire. The Hollow is drawing This hollow drawing is really quite interesting. The remainder of your fee, our business is concluded. He nods, adding a little bow to the movement. I'm a busy man, I have to get to my business, but thanks again for helping me build a legacy for my yard. I believe you have work to see to. Imagine, if you will, flying out your next contract in fresh livery, a beautiful reinvention from Surya's yard. Your clients ask why your rig is so beautiful. Feel free to send them to me. Watch him go, unsure if his entire attitude is an act meant to confuse you into consent. He's a hard man to dislike, but there's something about him you can't quite put a finger on. Either way, it's harder to feel a little bit thankful for the chance he gave you to look at the belt with new eyes, even if it was one flying with the most garish ships in the belt has ever seen. Sponsorship? Basically, yeah. Unlock all possible rig paint jobs. Alright, what do we got here? Stock paint, but it'll paint your ship its old Solheim colors. If you do the spindle, a ramshackle mix of colors and textures. Bar spindle tribute blends in with the belt. Green belt is simple natural forms. Strong graphic look. Reflective panels and pale colors means bright and elegant look for the hollow. I mean, I got money. Fuck it, let's do this. Ooh! It's white and orange. Yeah, I don't really like the far spindle one. Oh, the green belt one's nice. Yeah, we'll stick with that one. Okay, topped off on fuel, and there's work here. There's not work here. Could take components from his yard. Oh, it's just straight up engine components. Holy shit. I will take all of his engine components. Because why not? Fabricator Bay. So I can't do anything there. I could just buy stuff there. Feed the cat. Refill my supplies with this. Alright. So do I take the +1 for interfacing, or do I max that engineering or intuition? I mean, honestly, a +2 to intuition would give me an easier chance to recoup supplies. That would be useful. But when engineering's good, engineering's really good. Let's go with engineering. Because I don't have anybody that has like a strong mastery of that skill. And it is my starter skill. I just did endurance first because it made more sense. Go back to Darkside. Repair the transmitter. Alright. And back to the hollow. wait in the makeshift Hellion dispatcher studios. She tinkers with the array in the back. Humble setup, a stool, a microphone, a transmitter, a mixer terminal, and the hard line snaking away towards the array, but something pleasing about it all the same. Crackling sound of fresh welds echoes through the bay. Hope the one you extracted isn't getting fried as you wait. You're here, good. You'll not believe what we have on here. Where's Kimbrel? Saw in the array. You mean we're going back on air? Before she can answer, she leaps forward, grabbing you a surprisingly firm hug. Sorry, I'm just excited to finally be back. Kimbrel, how long for that new array? Muffled shout from behind the rear wall. Okay, we have a little time. What have you got there? This broadcast is from Erlin's Eye. We haven't heard anything out of them since the start of the war. Some people even said they've fallen to the flux. Something's happening there. Something's growing. Report says a protocol has taken over the station, become its protector. Conway drones can't get close. Zenestat is giving it a wide berth. They're right in the middle of the war. Conway on Starward side, Zenestat on the Sunward, and they're resisting. We have to tell everybody in the belt about this. We have to get the word out. I wonder what our last sleeper did. If the eye can be held, maybe we can hold out too. Either way, people need to know. A sudden clunk, a few percussive sounds from Kimbrel, and then a flickering of lights all across the bay as the transmitter and array begin powering up. Watch as the Helion dispatch studio comes to life, ready to broadcast once more. That's my signal. Almost forgot. Turns out we have some avid listeners in Radius Markets. She deposits some chits into your hand. Alright, I need to go live. Thank you. I'll make good use of that array. This will mean something. You bella something from back room. You can assume it's a thank you. You have the belt's most unusual double act to their broadcast. As you do, you hear her voice echoing through the bay. Oh damn, she picked me like 160. Alright. So I can't go back to Darkside, so I have to do Carmen next. But actually that'll be really good because then I can max out into it, and the only thing I'll be missing is maxed out interfacing. Which I can't imagine a job that's either engage or interfacing, though it wouldn't be the worst idea to make interfacing a 4 or a +1. At least give me a bonus to everything other than engage. Alright. Scrap traders. So how much money are we talking here? 30. What we got at the bar? Nothing. Sell some Solheim data. $8. That's lame. Alright. Give it a try. A little bit of money. I'll take it. Oliveira. Congrats on the Glimmet, Pickles. Found Oliveira exactly where Anika said it would be, a ragged colony nestled in a crater in one of the biggest rocks in the shoals. Seraphic gets no response to this initial broadcast. See you find yourself in a docking bay. Rig at one end, colony at the other, no idea what awaits you. Need you to get back on that ship and keep flying. Oh, they got a gun. Xander? I don't know how you found us, but you need to leave right now and forget this place. Who am I supposed to find? Carmen. Glance over your shoulder, see Seraphim. Look, kid, with me no harm. How about you go run and get somebody? I am somebody, I'm Xander. It's you I don't know, and I'll decide who who's going to do some harm here. Glare of the bright light, shield your eyes as you do. You see confusion across Xander's face. He meets your eye with a look of shock and opens his mouth. To speak, no words emerge. We have something for Carmen. You notice the familiar name registered with Xander, adding to whatever confusion or question your appearance has provoked. You see his eyes taking in your sleeper body, his gun dropping a little as he takes his attention off. Keep reading their name and my ears keep perking up. A little bit. Sorry, it's Xander. That's Xander, right? Probably short for Alexander. And this... Are you here for Flint? He pulls the gun closer to himself. Now, honest kid, I have no idea who you're talking about. So how about you drop the gun and we talk like adults? We're just here to deliver something. Xander, what are you doing? Young woman clearly older than the boy in front of you. She seems nice. Candace. No, it's not Candace. It's Cadence. Found these two trying to sneak in. Saboteurs, maybe? Was about to send them on their way. I can assure you we're not saboteurs, miss. Stop messing around with that welder. Snatches the gun out of his hands, and as she does, both you and Seraphim reflexively flinch. Looks at the two of you with a raised eyebrow and turns the gun so you can see it better. You notice the fuel tank and welding muzzle probably has an effective range of less than half a foot. Seriously? Now is not the time. We just got an emergency broadcast from Carmen and Flint. Something's happened. What do you mean something's happened? I don't know. They just went quiet in the shoals. All we got was a distress signal. Don't get excited. They probably just had a technical fault on the ship. We should check it. We should check in anyway. You have to get to them. Xander grabs the welder back and slings it over his shoulder. In what, Xander? They took our only functioning ship. The tender's tied still in pieces in the hangar. We got a ship. Wheels around the tunnel, squinting at you in thought. Seraphim moves past you, approaching them. We need to see Carmen, and it seems Carmen needs our help. So how about we stop messing around in this dingy tunnel and go get your friend? Them? Really? We're not the only people on Oliveira. There must be other ships. Wanna go look? They're here now. They're generously offering to help. Fine, but I'm coming with you. Fine by us. Come on then. What kind of backwater did Ankita send us to? That kid thinks he's some kind of sheriff. Let's just find Carmen. What are we talking about? Catches up with you and Seraphim. Move seems buoyed by the prospect of boarding a ship. You wonder how often he gets to leave Oliveira. Just Oliveira. You haven't seen half of it. Wait up, I changed my mind. I'm coming too. Give me a minute to grab some supplies, just in case. I'll give you a hand. That alright, Sleeper? Be there in a sec. Pause. Seraphim doesn't seem to be waiting for confirmation. He and Cadence head back into the dock. You're slightly thrown off by his eagerness to be helpful. The first time you've seen him be welcoming to anybody coming on board the rig. You get to the cockpit, you notice Xander looking wide-eyed as the console switches. Cool ship. Just a short while, all loaded up. Might want to strap in there. Alright, show us where to go. Oh, literally, we just leave. You head out on the shoals, thick debris field that surrounds Oliveira. What's happening in here, Sleeper? Bliss pokes their head in the cockpit as Seraphim brings the ship around. Look around the cockpit. Xander's tapping at the console, mounted in front of his screen in a haphazard way, while Candace is asking about how the rig works. Surprisingly, Seraphim's responding with patience and care. They'll help us find Carmen. If you say so. Is Seraphim smiling? Something's going on. Bliss turns back to you. Junie is working on the ship's wiring and won't respond to my messages. She's probably on the wall somewhere, hooked into the main line. I'm here, so how about you tell me what we're doing out in the middle of nowhere? Quiet. Is that? He gestures to the debris field, a sparkling, ragged-looking shape tucked in beside a rock. Carmen, that's his ship. You and Bliss exchange concerned looks. This isn't good. I'll bring her in. We don't know anything yet, so everybody calm down. No one speaks until the rig is brought to a stop. Alright, now we're going out there, we have a poke around, we verify the ship, we recover the crew. Seraphine gives you and Bliss a nod, and you both push off and glide toward the back of the cockpit. Suddenly, Xander pushes off the wall and glides with you out the cockpit. I'm coming too. You need somebody to help identify the ship and to identify... You sure? I'm sure. Ooh, terrible dice today. Engineering and... That's like endurance. Bliss has some good dice rolls, though. Crippled ship, holes in the hull, and a missing crew. Maybe the wreck tells a story. That's how we do it. Damn right. I'm not even gonna bother with those ones. Anything else to do out here? I do not. Alright, end the cycle. Better dice today. Poor kid doesn't have any good dice, though. Alright. Probably should have saved that. Search for Carmen's gutted ship has impacted the mood on the rig as more and more evidence of an attack has appeared. Quiet as Zane has gotten in the more, Cadence has retreated into the bunks. With the search complete, you're gathering the cockpit to discuss what's been found. Come on, tell us already. Explain carefully. Start by summarizing the search, taking around the details, picking your language carefully. You describe the damage to the ship, but not the attack. You talk about the occupants of the ship without mentioning what might have happened to them. What Sleeper is saying is that the ship was hit with weapons fire, badly. When the drive was fired up and they attempted to flee, the drive burned out and the ship, after hitting multiple rocks and bits of debris, came to a halt here. We found no bodies. Mention the word bodies, a shudder runs through those assembled. Then they're here, somewhere. We find them, whatever state they're in. Xander's right, we aren't leaving him out here. Carmen made Oliveira what it is. He saved us. We won't come back without him. He would do the same for us. Based on the damage to the ship, they're almost certainly dead. We get it. There are debris trails leading away from the ship. I've seen them. There are, but those could be from secondary explosions or depressurization. We picked the wrong trail that could lead us in circles, cycle after cycle. We better pick the right one. And that's what we'll do. Whatever happens here, you won't be leaving until you see its end. Okay. Oh my god, just... Yes, please. Give me those juicy doubles. New location. Asteroid caves. Still bad or stuff. So we'll do this. Oh, look at that. 2 6s. Plus good numbers for me. God damn. Should be able to restock supplies if I'm understanding this right. Supplies are back. Supplies are back. Nice. do we have to work with? Intuit Trail. Oof, +2 stress is not good. I mean, the likelihood of him getting another negative is low. Nope, he's out. Well, you tried, kid. You had 2 4s and you tried. Hey, Valis. Thanks for stopping by, and I hope you enjoy your lurk. Oh my god, Bliss has another 2 6s. Bliss is amazing. Alright, what we got here? Pumped it up to the dark passage. Hope seems snuffed out. A light, I see a light. Tunnels are winding. You lose Xander around a corner. You click off in the same spot, trying to close the gap. You come around that same corner. You can't find him anywhere. And then you see it, a thin slit in the wall, a flickering, fading light. See scratches and chunks of some scraped out of the wall. Someone's been dragged something through here. Click your comm to Xander's channel, call out to him, nothing but static. Flashing red light on your comms panel suggests the signal isn't getting through. Push away from some of the floating rocks, squeeze yourself into the gap. As you do, you watch the pulsing light inside the cave, setting the cracks and shapes on the rock as sharp relief. You search those shadows for something recognizable, but the light source remains out of sight. When you're through, you steady yourself against the wall. Look towards the light. You're facing an emergency lamp. Floats a body, its head instantly striking you as strange and misshapen. You know immediately this must be Carmen. His head is surrounded in an emergency helmet inflated around him like a balloon, while an oxygen canister floats nearby, attached by a tube. His eyes are closed, his body is still. You try to settle your gaze on his chest to see the telltale rise and fall. The light catches something else, something broken and skeletal nearby, a face with bright eyes, watching you. Flint, a sleeper. They watch you with lit irises just like yours. Their torn face reveals no emotion. They pose crouched, coiled even like a spring ready to strike. Oh shit, it's another sleeper. You're both frozen, unsure, afraid, nothing moves. Your eyes trace the damage to their suit, to their body. They look broken, worn down, and you wonder if this is how you look to others, if they flinch when they see you, as if you feel the need to now. I think we're about to have an ad break start any second now, so let me trigger it a little early, and we will be back. Alright, everybody, we are back. Let's hop back in. So we found Carmen, and he was protected by a sleeper by the name of Flint. He seems pretty worse for wear, but we did find them, and pretty fast, too. Rushes towards the floating body. As he does, the other sleeper pulls away from the wall like a statue coming to life. The moment you go to intervene, save Xander from this skeletal figure, but the sleeper falls on Xander to embrace him, and Xander returns the hug. So to carry Carmen's body from the cave with Flint, the sleeper guiding him. Carmen's stable thanks to you. Glad to hear it. Flint? Flint's there with Karma. They seem to be functional, if that's what you mean. We should head back to Oliveira. Seraphin cuts in, puts a hand on your shoulder, and steers you away towards the cockpit. When Seraphin turns to you, did you know Flint was a sleeper? No, I didn't. I don't want to be suspicious. I was surprised, that's all. They look different. What do you mean? I don't know. Just something I wish they mentioned. I'll get her started up. Let's keep an eye on them, okay? As you're floating in the corridor, unsure what to think. Flint is the first sleeper you've met since you escaped the program, and at this point, those memories are little more than fragments and fictions. As the rumble of the drive runs through the ship, you can't help but feel a little concerned what this might mean. Yeah, no, I got it. Actually found them the first try. Left alone with Xander and Seraphin on the docks while Carmen is carefully carried from the rig by Flint, guided into one of Oliveira's many tunnels and passages. Okay, I believe you, Xander shrugs his shoulders. Believe us how? You aren't saboteurs, although you never know. I appreciate that. No problem unites you with the kind of seriousness that only children possess. So tell me, kid, why are you so protective of this place? I mean, no offense, who'd want to sabotage a tin pot colony in the middle of the shoals? Xander bristles at the comment but controls his anger. You don't get it. Oliveira is a refuge. Why do you think we're hiding all the way out here? Glances at you and then back at Seraphin. Would have thought you'd understand what's at stake here. You've seen Flint. Seraphin pauses, unsure of how to respond. He looks embarrassed and into silence. Look, you brought Carmen back to us. Everybody at Oliveira will thank you for that. If you just stick around for a bit, get a feel for the place. If you need a resupply, we can help. We haven't got much. But if you chip in, you'll get your share. We're more welcoming than we appear. Just don't expect to buy anything with those chits of yours. Oliveira is not for sale. Alright, kid, we appreciate that. We need to hang around until Carmen's back up and awake anyway, so I think we'd be glad of the rest. See you around then. A little shore leave doesn't sound so bad. I agree. Alright then, I'm heading into town to see what's happening. Doesn't seem like Laine's gonna find you out here. But it's perfect time to take a breather, at least until you can bring Ankita's drive to Carmen. Then the little thumbnail drive over in your pocket. Time to see what Oliveira has to offer. As you leave the rig, you find a figure waiting for you in the docking tunnels. Think of Xander's hostile greeting when you first arrive. Is that him again? Where you headed, Flint heads away from the wall, now out of the battered suit you first saw it in. Damage to their frame is concealed beneath their overalls, but you're still aware of it beneath the surface. Yeah, scrap sorting. Same, I'll join you. We look together through the docks in silence. Flint makes you nervous, and their insistence on intercepting you this cycle hasn't been exactly calmed by that sensation. Breaking the silence eventually becomes unavoidable. Why Flint? Ask Carmen. He insisted on it. Mention of Carmen's name recalls the image of him floating unconscious in the light of your work lamps in those deep and winding caves. You suppress a shudder. It's good you found us. Could have been sooner, but better than nothing. Looking at him gives you an unsettling feeling, like catching your own reflection in a polished hull plate. Is this what others feel when they speak with you? Watching the crooked mask, the lit irises, the sign of human emotion, interpreting the stunning emulations of facial expressions as they cross their doll-like face. Flint turns away and you realize that they might feel the same looking at you, each the other's mirror, each reminding the other of the gap between being and being seen. So what happened out there? I made a mistake, one I won't make again. So, Sleeper, Oliveira asks all of those at Harbors who contribute to the colony, show me what you can do. Sort scrap. You glide into the sorting bay where scrap from silos is delivered to the waiting workers to be checked, cleaned, cast into different nets on the fringes of the space. You find a sorting station, begin picking up chunks of ship and machine, turning them over in your hands. As you inspect the scrap, the ghost of their original place in a bigger structure becomes apparent. Each piece suggests a hole, a drive casing, a loading bay, a life support unit. You burn away corrosion with a torch, crack open rusted casings to release components inside like seeds. You find new life in the broken and discarded pieces. Something makes you look to one side, a glint that catches your eye, and there's Flint taking a rest of their own. You see a glint again, Flint turning something over in their hand, watching it spin, a vial of stabilizer. Yeah, he would have to use it because we don't need it anymore. My last vial, Flint speaks without taking their eyes off the drug. Even through the haze of your lost memories, you recall the fizzling, sickening pulse of that injection. The dependence your reboot freed you from. Saving it for a special occasion, Flint pockets the vial and meets your eye. You don't need stabilizer, do you? I noticed you were different from the first moment we met, but I didn't realize what it was until now. The way you work, the way you move, without dependence, I see it now. Tell them about the reboot. And tell them about the process you and Seraphine attempted on Darkside, the one Laine interrupted. They listen absent-mindedly, watching the workers instead of you. That's not all, though, is it? There's something wrong with you. More than just your decaying frame, your signal, your presence. It smells different. I'm changing. Flint looks you up and down. I can see that, but I wonder what you're changing into. I know who I am, what I bring to this place. All these people are at risk because of me. They look out at the workers. That means you too are a risk. Risk to your crew, to me, and more importantly to this place. Oliveira will welcome you just as it welcomed me, and will do so in spite of itself and its own safety. I want you to know that because they will pay the cost, those close to you, and you must know that they will pay it for you. With that, Flint turns and glides away, leaving no space for a response. You watch them leave, their billowing cloak revealing and concealing the glinting, ragged parts of their exposed skeleton as they go. I just get full-on scrap components. Farm sacks are into it. Hydro refinery is interfacing. What do I get here? Fuel's not bad. One supply. So I'm topped off again in a place that doesn't want or need money. Canteen visit. And it's the one thing I'm bad at. Alright. We'll do this first. Alright, neutral outcome, lost in energy. Sound of raised voices echo through the tunnel. You find yourself at the entrance to the clinic where Flint and Xander are locked in a bitter argument. I won't take you out there, Flint. Look what happened to Carmen. They'll kill you. What happened to Carmen is exactly why I have to go. They will find me here, and when that happens, the whole colony can hear you too. You trying to wake up Carmen? See Seraphine clock you standing in the passageway. Your eyes meet and Seraphine looks away. Neither of you have seen each other since you brought Carmen back to Oliveira. Gotta make sure what happened to Carmen doesn't happen to anyone else. I'm the reason he's like I'm the reason he is like he is, and that means it's on me to fix it. What are you talking about? S and ARP came for me. That's what happened in the debris field. You know what that means. S and ARP, the company that created you, the company you escaped, the idea of them bearing down in this place sets your nerves on edge. You've long since slipped their grasp. Laine disabled your tracker in exchange for unwavering service, a gift that became a trap. Flint is still on the run, and if S&R attacked Carmen's ship, they can't be far away. You look at Flint and see the fear in their eyes. The tracker's still active. Oliveira is shrouded. Carmen managed to get a hold of a signal shroud and set it up here. You want to keep everyone safe. There's no way S&R can track me here. Missing something? If they can't find you here, what's the problem? It's not about the tracker. That hunter found me in the debris field. They know I escaped. It's only a matter of time before their search brings them here. Silence falls on the group as the inevitability of the problem sets in. Xander looks distraught. You can't, Flint. They'll kill you. Seraphine glances at you and Flint in turn. You can see his mind working on a solution. He looks away, frowning. I'm sorry, Xander. This is just how it is. Unless we get them first. Seraphine smiles an impish smile. What are you thinking? We know there's a hunter out there scouring the shoals. We know they're looking for you, Flint, and that means we have the upper hand. We don't need to bring them here. We can bring them anywhere we want. So we get set, prepare a little surprise, and then we wait. The hunter could arrive here at any moment. We don't have time for this. If I had a ship, I would have left already. Then we move you now. We take you somewhere where we can prepare. We work hard and fast and set up an ambush. When the hunter comes, we spring the trap. What kind of trap? That we still have to figure out. But you have to admit, it beats going out to die without a plan. And hey, if we fail, the outcome will be the same anyways. Flint doesn't respond immediately. You can see them thinking it through, considering their options. I'm coming. We're doing this and I'm coming. Look, kid, I appreciate your enthusiasm, but this is the real thing. A bounty hunter is not going to... Stop patronizing me. I know the shoals. You need me out there. To be fair, kid, you have 4 stress. You cannot handle shit. The conversation suddenly devolves into many small arguments. The location, who should go, how to approach the ambush, the noise grows. The old Solheim manufactory. That's where you should do it. It's on a rock far enough from here, and it's a real labyrinth. You can leave the hunter there and get lost inside. The place is full of old machines, ordnance. We've been afraid to scavenge any of it. It's so unstable. You notice Seraphine watching Caden speak, clearly impressed by the sudden shift towards decisive action. Bring the whole place down on their head. I know the manufactory. It's a good idea. You look between those gathered. Seraphine, stubborn and protective. Cadence's sharp eyes. Xander's relentless desire to get involved. And Flint, a sleeper like you, in need of an escape. Carmen is building something here, a shrouded haven, a place that needs protecting. He may be unconscious behind those doors, floating amongst the wires and tubing of the clinic, but something of him is here in this group making a plan of resistance. Flint's eyes meet yours, you know what has to be done. The rig will leave Oliveira this cycle, you have a hunter to trap. New drive. Alright, that's fuel. I'll top off with that, and then we'll go and feed the cat. Supplies and energy. Supplies and energy. That's good. Oh, I'm maxed out. So I'm good. Requirement, trap the hunter. Payment not available. Okay. I should bring people that have the engage skill, maybe? That might be useful. Corroded plates, twisted struts, scattered scrap. Manufacturing makes for a familiar sight. Just one more ragged official from the corporation that once owned this system. Despite that, something about it sets you on edge, because it will also form the crucible for your attempt to take on an SNRP hunter, the kind whose entire job is to bring in escape sleepers like you, dead or alive. Rig is stuck behind a rock, running on low power with its transponder off. You hope that's enough not to draw attention. Talk us through it. You have to make this place look like a colony. That's what the hunter will expect. We can seal up some holes, maybe install some lighting, fake it up. Okay, what? That's good. Then what? You force them to go deep. I've been here before on a salvage run. There's an assembly line that runs through the whole place, filled with old manufacturing machines. We seal doors, activate machines, make it a maze of malfunctioning construction arms and dead ends. Control their route. I like it. If we get lucky, maybe one of those old machines will do the job for us. I doubt it. We need ordnance from the silos, mining charges, fuel. Whatever's left when this place was churning out Solheim goods, we blow the place to make sure. Okay, that's the plan. We detonate the ordnance with a command from the rig. Simple wideband comm signal. We'll get them. Once they go in, the hunter isn't coming out. Anything we missed? Won't the trap be obvious? I don't think it matters. If they know Flint is in there, the hunter will take the risk, right? Wait, how long do you think we have? There's a lot of factory down there. The hunter got to me and Carmen fast, no more than 3 cycles. When the hunter comes for us, they came out of nowhere, hit us hard and fast. If it wasn't for Carmen, we need to be ready for anything. There won't be a warning. Nice pep talk. Yeah. Then you better find somewhere deep in the place down in the bedrock. Make sure it has a back door, okay? The rest of us will get to work. Okay. Storage silos, I got plenty there. Assembly line. Interface. All three parts of the plan have to be done by the time they get here? Good lord. How? How the actual fuck am I gonna get all this done? Yeah, this one is only me. Is this worth more? That's worth 2. That is also worth 2. I can do most of these tasks myself, but where are the places going to be bad? This one's going to be fine, but I have to basically do all of it. This one's going to be fine, but I also have to do all of it. Yeah, the only one they can help with is the assembly line. These are terrible rolls. Oh, can I not push? Or did I push? Okay. This is probably bad. I got a stress. That's not great. What are my dice? Are my dice good? My dice aren't great, but they're not terrible. Okay, that's a positive. That's really good. This one should be done in time. I'm not playing around. Doing this. You know, from here it doesn't look half bad. Look across the shell of the manufactory, now set up with lights, dotted markings, fresh welds, and plates giving the whole place a fragile patchwork feeling. If I was a piece of shit hunter, this is what I think a normal person's settlement would look like, right? Right. It was quiet for a moment, her attempt at humor only serving to remind you both of the desperate circumstances. Have you spoken to Flint? Really spoken? Not really. It's very loyal. I know they're quiet and very intense, but I hope you two can find some common ground. I don't think they like me. Nobody thinks Flint likes them at first. We know better now. Oliveira is a refuge for all of us. I was in trouble when I met Carmen. We all were one way or another. Seraphin told me a lot about you, and I can see what you're trying to do for Flint and Oliveira. I appreciate it. I know Xander does. Carmen will as well. And Flint, you'll see. Okay. Good. I cannot risk a break at this stage. I think I'm gonna get it done in time, though. Oh, congrats on the Growlithe, Pickles. Fuck, I have 3 ones. That's really bad. Oh no, this is not good. Okay, this one's done. Okay. I was going to rebuild one of these places and put it back in operation. Imagine what could be fed into the belt with change to come for the people. No one undertakes such a risk because this place is haunted by the specter of Solheim, an entity that every being in the system can trace their origins back to, that turned the entire system into a manufactory machine for accumulation that did not distinguish between human and machine if it could. Creepy, huh? Maybe the hunter will get spooked by those switching arms. I doubt it. I'm just messing. Those things wouldn't even scare Candace. So, how come this hunter isn't chasing you? It's complicated. It's your business, just asking. I like Flint. I'm happy to do this for them. And I want to like you too. So don't mess this up. Don't let Flint down. Okay. I got one left, and this is gonna suck. Because I got a lot to do. And some real shit dice to work with. I got a positive, though. That's good. Sorry, Junie. I know this is a Hail Mary. But a neutral... Actually, I think I got it now. I think that neutral from Junie actually does the work. Just barely. I can't believe I got 3 ones in the last day. Go easy with that. His voice rumbles. Flynn's voice rumbles over the local comms. See them floating backlit in the entrance to the bay. One of the many ordnance deep in the factory. Down here, dust and flecks of rust rode through the beams of your sights, and the walls are bent and buckled. I spent the past cycles here, picking out spot to drill a hunter down. One that should be able to slip out when the hunter finds their way in. It'll be a long time to be down in these dark tunnels waiting. Looks like we're just about done. We are. Good. There's something I need to tell you, something I think you'll understand. What we're doing out here is not about saving me, it's about Oliveira. I should be on a ship out of there, leading the hunter away, but they won't let me do that. And even if they would, they can't spare the ship, not after Carmen's got shot. That was my mistake. I never should have let him persuade me into coming with him on that supply run. What's done is done. Matters now is what I need from you, a promise. They'll bring this place down with me in it if it means stopping the hunter. Okay, I will. I knew you'd understand. You know as well as I that those who get close to us are at risk, that we as sleepers have to recognize that what we open the door to. Carmen is my fault. I won't be Oliveira's downfall too. But that they turn and leave you in the dark. I barely got that done in time. Third and final. Let's do it. Wake up, sleeper. We've got incoming. Shake off the haze of forgotten dreams and get up. You're in the cockpit. All gather around the console. Local view shows nothing, not a single ship signal, and a few objects beyond the scattering of debris. It was right here, I swear. A ship, small but definitely a ship. Seraphin, we've all been up a while. Get some rest. I know what I saw. Look at the screen. It's a critical view showing the scattered signatures of debris. But nothing. And there it is, a flicker, a flash, a spark of movement and light among the debris clouds. It flares and then is gone again. You look up and Seraphin meets your eyes. He reads your expression immediately. Look alive, Flint. They're coming in. Go deep and be ready to run. We better hope they heard that. Then you see it through the cockpit glass, a flare of an engine, faint and masked, but driving a squat, dark ship out of the debris, the Hunter. I wonder if it's the same one from the last game. The ship seems to idle a little near the asteroid, drifting past the dressed-up shell of the old facility. I'm to see if our fake colony is convincing enough. Will they buy it? They better, because if they think this place looks abandoned, the Hunter might just strafe the whole facility. We need them to dock to come inside. You look out at the ship, and as you do, it jumps forward towards the docking tower. You watch for a few tense moments as it hesitates, and then slides into position on one of the docking bridges. They went for it. Honestly, we should just blow up their ship. More than anything else, if we kill their ship, they can't leave. They went for it. Good job, rats in the maze. We can track them now. At least that's theory. We did some basic monitoring devices in the assembly line. A few shitty cameras repurposed. In the system's not much, but hopefully enough to tell where they're at. You gather on the screen, flicks between noisy black and white images, beats of static. You squint in the maze trying to pick out any detail. Then suddenly you see them. Are they another sleeper? It looks like. Dark clad in military gear, long gun held ready at their shoulder, deathly pale skin, and in their eyes, gleaming through the face paint, glowing irises. Who the hell is that? They look like a sleeper. Disappears inside the margins of the frame, and Xander flickers through the feeds. Where'd they go? You're back at the screen trying to think straight. If the hunter is a sleeper or something else, you replay the image of the figure in your mind, but it's already shifted in your memory. It's your face staring back. It's Flint's. It's the sleeper's mask of death. Sleeper, we need to focus. As you get down there, this changes things. This changes nothing. We wait for Flint's signal, we hold here. Ordnance is in place, the moment we get the signal, we blow it. Think of the mining charges rigged in daisy chains, the fuel barrels lashed to detonators, the command code ready to transmit from the rig. Seraphim sees the determination in your eyes, we hold. So you wait, Candace's eyes on the factory below, Seraphim tapping at the glass, or Xander tapping at the glass, Seraphim at the console, listening for the signal. Then you hear it, the hiss of an open comms channel. Look at Seraphim, he hears it too, a static haze that fills the cockpit, you all go still. Nod towards the indicator of the console, it's Flint's channel. A click, a scrape, and then silence. What? Flint's transceiver is gone, it's dead. Bennett hits the cockpit, Xander glided to the console, Cannon's growing pale. Sleeper, we need to go in. Go, I'll stay here, give me the signal and I'll send the detonation signal if it works. Let's go. You rush to the airlock and suit up, then you're out, descending through the place. Now, he told us to blow it. You enter the manufactory through the gap in the frame. Serpent hands falls on your shoulder, pulling you back. See it, a torch beam lancing through the dark. The hunter, as you saw them in the grainy footage, but real now just below, a long gun held ready at their shoulder, pushing through the dark and broken layers of the facility, seeking Flint. Seraphim, Xander, and you explained wide-eyed glances in silence. The hunter passes below, disappearing into the dark passage. You wait together, the moment stretching out, and you descend down the same passage. The silence is absolute. Suddenly there's a flash of light ahead, bright and forceful, and a rumble that shakes dust flakes from the walls. Xander pushes up hard, launches past you into the dark. Seraphim goes too, and you instinctively glide forward as another rumble shakes the foundations of the facility. Under a low base scattered with glowing embers, scorched holes in the walls. Weapon's been discharged. Hunter floats in the center, aiming it again. You see a flicker of movement on the far side. Flint retreating. Reconnect. A slight figure in a suit slams into the back of the hunter, Xander. As he hits, the hunter's gun spins out of their hands. Grab it. Oh, good. It's a positive one. Spot the shape of the long gun as it spins ahead of you. As you reach, your hand locked around the sculpted grip, you spin and raise it. You take a moment to steady your aim. Scorching shot grazes the side of the hunter's suit in a flurry of sparks. They're thrown away from Xander, unable to find anything to slow their glide. The hunter disappears in the dark shaft, leading a trail of embers in the dark. You see the fear in Xander's eyes as they turn back to you. The muzzle of the gun smokes, glowing red. It's spent. We've got Flint. We ascend now. Go across the two of them, kicking off from the walls, floor of the bay, towards a ragged hole in the ceiling. You exchange a single glance and follow. Candace, detonate the place now. Send the command. Silence, you ascend through it. The layers of the manufactory seek an open void in the space beyond. You clear, gliding into space. A silent shockwave, like a gust of wind, runs through the void. The silent rumble spits out a scatter of debris. Turn back, still gliding towards the ship, and see the shattered manufactory. Whole sections are bending outward, the framework shredded, plating tumbling away from in shards. Look across at Seraphim and Flint, their eyes set on the ship, trying to stay ahead of the debris. You do the same, fixing your attention on the rig and nothing else. The hunter's dead. Okay. Well, I might as well refill some supplies. Okay. And we are done with the job. Right? Deal with the hunter, yeah. There's nothing else to do here. Other than, like, steal their ship. Stealing their ship would be great. You limp back to Oliveira, the mood of the rig, one of deep exhaustion, but the colony appears, visible from the cockpit. Improved mood only becomes more obvious as you draw closer. You dock with the colony, feel a wave of relief. That hunter, SNRP, is crueler than I could have imagined. What matters is we dealt with them. We certainly did. Airlock hisses open, revealing the docking bridge where Xander confronted you. This time, another more substantial figure waits in the passage. You're the ones I should be thanking for saving my life, so thank you. Good to see you up. Just about, although I'm told I shouldn't be. Carmen? Here if you don't want me to put me back in medbay, do you? Flinches as he does, his joke clearly holding some truth. Sorry, just glad to see you up. Where's Xander? Using your vision, old man, you look back and see Xander and Flint behind you in the tunnel. Xander smiles widely at Carmen, betraying his happiness to see him. I'll be just fine, Xan. You notice his hands are tightly balled in fists, as if resisting pain, and wonder if he should really be up at all. I think we need to talk about you two and Flint accompanying me to the medical bay. Flint pushes past you, goes to Carmen, helping him out the tunnel. As he does, they exchange a few words, but you're too far away to make them out. You and Seraphine exchange glances and follow behind them into Oliveira. Carmen leads to a small recovery, a minor drive upgrade. Nice. Small recovery chamber. His bed is set up. A handful of wires and tubes. Flint has left the group. So, how did you two end up stumbling into our colony out in the shoals? Because we're not usually open to visitors. Ankita sent us to you. You see the flicker of recognition in Carmen's eyes. Produce the thumbnail drive, holding it out to Carmen to inspect. She told Sleeper to deliver this to you and you alone. That's a name I have not heard for a while. Seems I should thank you again, and perhaps I owe you some explanation myself. Ankita and I used to work together a long time ago, or a lifetime ago. We went our separate ways, and then she turned up back in Oliveira. I established the colony as a refuge, a way of starting again. The Balt is changing, and I'm afraid of what's coming. Ankita took refuge here for a short while, and then one cycle she was gone. That's not unusual for her. Each of us has her own demons. I'll take a look at what's on here when I'm able, and I'll let you know what I find. You and Seraphine thank him and leave the colony chamber as he settles back into his recovery bed. Flint catches our attention. What do you need? You don't remember any of it, do you? Any of what? Of how you got here, of your history? At first I thought you were hiding something or you were intentionally avoiding the subject, so I waited, but I understand now. You don't remember me at all. Oh, I actually knew Flint. Take a moment to think, try to recall Flint. You furrow your brow in frustration, sifting through hazy memories of Darkside, and further back of your arrival on the belt. You close your eyes, see the faces of other sleepers, panicked, desperate, in darkness. I don't remember. We worked together in the same SNR mining installation, along with the other sleepers. We weren't close. I'm not sure we really spoke. Very few of us did. But I was there when we planned to escape together. The run on the freighter, collapse in the mine shaft. You feel an unpleasant itch as if something is crawling around in your skull. You can see that Flint wants you to recall the escape of the installation, but you find only hazy sensations and beneath them pain. I'm sorry, I don't mean to. I know you can't help, but I just needed to say something, to know if you really don't remember. Thank you for everything you've done for me and for Oliveira. Flint turns, drift away, dejectedly unable to continue. As you watch him go, you scratch the side of your head, trying to find something in the way they move, where they speak, their mask-like face. The face was identical to yours when it was first cast, but over cycles of wear and damage has been transformed. Two machines so close in form and function, estranged by experience. Okay, I'm gonna go feed the cat. Where are we at, kitty? Alright, what we got? There's supplies. Fuel extraction. Topped off there. Okay. Thanks for coming up, Sleeper. It leads you to a small alcove set up like an office. An aging terminal. Got some news? Not to worry, I think you'll want to hear this. Hits a key on the terminal and file browser appears on the screen showing hundreds of individual pieces of data. Ankita's been busy scraping Utsubo communications cycle after cycle, got access to ciphers and encryption that only the gang's leadership should be able to see. Seems she learned some tricks since we worked together. But that's not what matters. What matters is the content of these messages. Some parts of Usobo leadership have been getting ideas about taking Greenbelt, controlling food production in the belt, about exerting power over Wellspring, big ideas for a gang. But these Usobo members aren't alone. They found themselves a powerful ally, Senestat. One of the two corporations fighting a bitter battle for control of the inner system, a pernicious force, one that Usobo are opening a door for in the belt. Can't be serious, they can't be that stupid. I don't know what to tell you, at least someone inside Usobo was trying to broker a partnership. Who? You don't need Carmen's answer, and neither does Seraphin. It's Laine. It has to be Laine. Seems like you already know something I don't. Laine is a piece of shit Usobo leader who thinks he owns us. Exactly the kind of piece of shit arrogant enough to try and manipulate Senestat. My condolences, I'm starting to see how you cross paths with Ankita. We have a shared enemy then. I'm not sure you want this fight, Sleeper. Like I said, Ankita and I worked together. To put it simply, we were in the same mercenary outfit. A lot has happened since then, but this message, this data, is her calling in a favor. I owe her, that's for sure. Hell, after what went down, I owe you both, too. Look at Carmen staring out on the surface of the hostile rock and wonders what he sees out there. Establish the colony as a fallback or retreat, not just for him, but for others, too. Get the feeling that Carmen knows any retreat is only ever temporary. And you, Sleeper, what will you do? I'll take on Usobu. Take on the gang, are you sure about that? We're gonna end Laine, whatever it takes. That one is gonna get you in trouble, but I like that energy. This is not something we're going to take head on. Ankita sent us our weapon. Usobu don't control all of Darkside, they only aspire to. They also claim to offer protection from the war between the companies. That presents us with an opportunity. Usobu is full of members who'd rather die than concede Darkside to a corporate interest. We play this right, Usobu will leave Laine for us, to use your phrase. So we leak the data? Not leak, this is delicate. Tricky. There are a lot of ways this can play out badly for all of us. We can handle it. We cracked Darkside once, we can do it again. You didn't crack shit! You weren't anywhere near that. Is that right? Carmen seems to be thinking something, though. He crosses the console, back to the window, and then back to the console again. I'm going to need some time, but I can put this together. We need that energy, but you also need to be ready. We rush this, it's not ending well, so I can wait. We'll go from Greenbelt when you're ready. I have friends there who can help you get that ship of yours into Darkside. We have our own preparations to make, but we'll be ready. Alright, take this and get out of here. I don't want anybody finding this thing in my possession. Tiny drive is somehow heavier now that you know it contains the key to exposing Laine. Thank you. I'll see you in the wheat sheaf. They know me there. Just understand something. You want my help on this? There's no way we can let it get back to the colony. Once you leave here, you're not coming back to Oliveira. Not until you're done. Understood. Alright, then you can go. You come back to the rig. Flint is waiting for you. Oh, hey. Major drive available. Major drive complete. 2 drive points. Yes. Flint, They look up as you approach. Hey. Hey. I know you've already done a lot for me, so I'm not going to push you or ask for your pity. I feel like I've been preparing for this speech. First, I owe you, and I want to pay you back. I can work, I can fight, I can protect this ship and the crew with everything I have. Second, we come from the same place, and whether or not you remember it means something. It must. I know I'm not the easiest to get on with. I know you might have your reservations about having another sleeper on the ship, but I'm eager, I'm ready, I want to move on, I want to show my value. And yeah, I think that's it. Look at Flint, their frame's so much more damaged than yours, with a fire burning in their eyes that makes them seem bigger than they are. Welcome aboard. Thank you, this'll work out, you'll see. Flint nods again, turns and glides to the docking tunnel towards the ship. She figures at the edge of the docking cycle concourse catch your eye. So the same bye to Cadence. Seraphin approaches, ducking his head quietly. He's passing you into the docking tunnel without a word. Take one last look at the dock, but Cadence is gone. You idle longer, feel like some presence even in these bays, something rare in all the belt that Oliveira has captured. Those are all things you have to leave behind. Recruit Flint. He is not that good, but he's not terrible either. Okay, 5 points. Okay. So do I balance out interfacing so I have a positive in everything, or do I take the double into it? I can take the hacker with me. She's real good at stuff. Yeah, let's take the double into it. Alright, it's saving, and we are basically at time. There's my phone alarm going off. So let me actually snooze this ad. The game just saved. So we are going to quit out. And let's look for somebody to raid. Let's see. But I hope you all had a good time. It really feels like we're going to finish the game next time. I just don't know how long it's going to take. So we search you. Maybe then... Let's see. You know what? This is new friend. Let's see if we can raid into them. Yeah, it's looking good. Thank you all for joining me tonight. I hope you had a good time. Reminder, you can catch all of my old clips and VODs on YouTube. We are taking a break this month, but uploads should resume, if not next week, then the week after. I still have to load stuff up, but we were taking July off to make a bit of a backlog. Also, we have a good old-fashioned Discord server there. You can catch some stuff there before it ever shows anywhere else. And also, you can check all my social links here for all my active social medias and all goodness there. And yeah, let's get that raid message up. And get ready to raid out. Let me see here. Da, da, da. Where are we at? Okay. All right, everybody, take care. I'll see you later.